Good morning. For more than a year now, I've been sitting in front of this camera day after day, exposing my truth, the truth of my life as a son of man, living in a world that has virtually gone insane. This morning, for the first time, as I went to the closet to grab a shirt, I felt a very strong impulse to go to another closet and grab one of Dr. Mary's two clerical robes that have been here in the Mary Horgan Center since I've lived here in July of 2005. This is a sanctuary for me, regardless of what courts or anyone else indicates. It is also a homestead. I was reminded in my meditation this morning of those booming words that I heard in a dream that woke me from a sound sleep many years ago. I don't even remember the date. All I've remembered is the words, the booming words, "You are a priest forever, after the order of Melchizedek." And as I put the robe upon myself this morning, realizing that it is just a role that I'm playing. For as you are and as I am, we are eternal in the heavens. Each one of us can say, if we knew the truth, each one of us could say, before Abraham was, "I am." Those were the words that when Jesus said them over 2,000 years ago, or approximately 2,000 years ago, the high priests took up stones and were ready to stone him. It is an awesome role that anyone is asked to play, for a Melchizedek priesthood holds within himself and or herself all of the power of the state and the church, if you will. The spiritual and the secular power combine in a Melchizedek priest, a king and a priest forever. Today's title is 2012. The tide is turning for all humanity. And the blurb that I wrote a half hour or so ago, maybe you haven't noticed, many haven't yet, but soon it will be unavoidable. As I've been saying, the lights are coming on all over. Even as the dark in their machinations to hold on to the rudder of the doomed ship of a corrupt state flail about, the higher verdict has been rendered. The die is cast. As a sovereign representative of the kingdom of heaven on earth, I proclaim the day of the Lord. For the workers of iniquity, it is a day of darkness, and for the people, it is a jubilee. Watch as events continue to unfold, as the people continue to awaken, and as the house of cards built on sand by the Illuminati comes crashing down. Indeed, the tide is turning for all humanity. I was quite honestly surprised at the energies that seemed to converge upon and within me in my meditation this morning, since awakening between 3 and 4 o'clock. And I feel it as a solemn moment not only for me, but for the role that I am playing on behalf of humanity. There's both an excitement and a fear that are present within me. And for you that say that they cannot coexist, wake up. Everything coexists and has for a long time. And only by embracing the paradox of the light and the dark, the masculine and the feminine, the divine and the human, can we become whole. Sometimes with tears in my eyes, sometimes feeling anger, sometimes feeling great love. As I said at the beginning, I have sat before this camera day after day, exposing to you the truth of a human life, of a son of man, of a daughter of man. The truth that we as humans get the privilege to experience all possibilities in a world that all possibilities now presents us with its own insanity. For have we not chosen together to do the exact opposite of what we are? Many of us, all of us to one degree or another, and all of us in the various lifetimes and roles of our soul. Oh boy, I don't like it when it does that, but spirit must have it under control. When the candle in front of the flowers starts doing that, it means it's sprung a leak, and it's gotten down to some of the charcoals and the fragments that were normally submerged in the wax. I don't know that this is going to be a long video today. Maybe it's going to be a short one. But I want you to know that there are things happening in my life and in the life of the world that are going to be coming to light within the next relative few days. That is going to shake the very foundations of the earth. What we have told you about in the past of arrests and of wrongs being righted is true. It is going to happen, and it is going to accelerate. There are going to be announcements that will be coming forth that will change the course of history for humanity. For indeed, those that have haughtily exalted themselves against the King of Heaven, the Creator of heaven and life, heaven and earth, all that is, the supreme creator and potentate, if you will, of the universe, who is love, not a dictatorial being that imposes his will on everyone else, but allows everyone his or her free will, and has done this to allow this drama to take place, this lesson of wisdom to be learned, that you cannot mock the Creator. You cannot mock life and not pay the consequences thereof. This point shall be driven home in the days, perhaps weeks, perhaps months, but not many to come. Everything is being overturned and overturned and overturned until the Christ that all religions have pointed to, the anointed ones, and it's not one, it's ones, plural, for we are all Christ's. We all have within us the same power that Jesus talked about and is talked about in the Holy Writ of the Bible and in the Quran and in other holy books around the world that I am not as familiar with. But the image has been indelibly painted and imprinted upon the human heart. And this is the day, this is the time of the unfolding. Indeed, it is the turning of the tide for all humanity. I leave you with these thoughts this morning. And as you go through your day and the days ahead, bear in mind the game is not over yet, but it's drawing to a close. As the drama continues to play out. Namaste. Namaste.